Welcome back, and I'm here with Luke with VHSDNA. So, before we get into obviously what's behind you, what is VHSDNA?
VHSDNA is a grading and encapsulating service, and we are looking to preserve, protect VHS tapes.
I might just have one to send to you guys. It's not Star Wars. I mean, I do have an original set, but it's not Star Wars. So I might have to look to your guys' services for that. So, you guys grade and protect VHSs. Is that VHSs of all kinds?
Oh yes, we have 7 different case designs to accommodate the majority of the cases on the market.
And what about actual VCRs? Do y'all do anything for that?
No, we don't do anything with VCRs.
Okay, so it's just the tapes.
Just the tapes, yeah.
Well, that's very awesome. So, well, let's get into what's behind you here. I'm noticing a few different releases of the original Star Wars trilogy.
Yeah, of course. Star Wars came out in 1977, but the first release came out in 1982, and it was the Video Rental Library clamshell edition right there.
Right here on the top left?
Yeah.
That looks awesome. So out of all the cases here, which would you say is your favorite?
The 1982 first commercial release made by 20th Century Fox Video.
That looks really, really nice. It's kind of interesting how it's got that slide out case.
It's the slide out case, and it does have the gray flap, which were predominant with the early rental releases.
That looks awesome. That looks awesome. Tell me about these covers right here. You got them nice and all encapsulated together. So y'all do bundles?
This is our new trilogy case. This is a prototype. It should be hitting the market in the next 2 to 3 months. You have 3 different grades for each tape, and it can accommodate not only Star Wars, whether you have the originals from 1984 to 86, whether you have like a 10-year edition, or whether you have like the 1990 or 1992 sets. But the progression of any movies, you can not only do Star Wars, but Indiana Jones, Back to the Future, and it just, to me, it really displays well because they're little like tangible relics of nostalgia, and they're like little mini movie posters.
No, I agree. Now, I do have a serious question. This is by no means a jab whatsoever.
Sure.
Where's Phantom Menace?
I didn't bring any prequel stuff. Nothing against it. We just wanted to showcase mostly Star Wars because there's over a dozen releases, in the early first 10 years. But I didn't bring that, and that's on me. No hate against the Phantom Menace because it did have its own collector's box in widescreen that is super cool, and we're working on a case for that one, I think, too.
So y'all are working on bigger collector's edition type VHS releases as well, then?
Oh, of course, yeah. We do the 3-pack right now, and we're working on a trilogy case, and we're looking also to be able to do stuff in-house for, larger sets as well.
So being a big Star Wars fan, and clearly a Star Wars VHS collector,
yeah,
and your name is Luke.
It is.
What was your first experience watching Star Wars? Was it on one of these VHS tapes here?
Well, not these exact. One of my first memories was with my dad going to the video store, and he rented a VCR because we didn't have one yet, and he rented. I remember Return of the Jedi. I'm sure the others were rented too, and I just immediately fell in love with Star Wars. So later when I actually got the movies, I watched them till they were almost didn't play anymore, and then once DVD came out, it's like VHS was really overlooked, and I always liked them, so I started buying some of my favorites, and I always wanted the 90 trilogy set when I was a kid, and my parents never bought it, so I ended up buying one, and it was like super cool, and I thought, well, why not buy 2, open up one, just like I did with toys, because I collected action figures. Open one up, enjoy it, but have one sealed. And the second one that came in was different, so that kind of started the rabbit hole. So when the third one came in, it was different, because there's 2 versions and a variant of the 1990 and 1992 sets. Then it just progressed from there. So in 21 years, you're talking to the only guy on the planet that has a full run of Star Wars, still sealed on VHS.
That's quite impressive. That is very impressive. And I mean, this is an awesome, awesome display. I love looking at all these. Guys, check them out. VHSDNA. Look them up. If you have some old VHS tapes that you hold dear, send them into these guys. Get them encapsulated, preserved, because you're probably not really watching those VHS tapes anymore anyway.
Yep.
But there's a lot of memories tied to a VHS tape. I totally get that.
And
I mean,
just
I had a huge collection of VHS tapes when I was a kid.
Going into an old video store, just the whole process of picking out a movie, that's just gone now. You know, you can have 10 different streaming services with access to, you know, thousands of shows and movies, and you spend most of your time trying to find something to watch instead of watching it. So, hey, one thing I would point out is here's some original advertising for movie stores that you don't really see very often. You got the 1982 big box hanger. You got the 1984 Empire Strikes Back video store ad with the brochure. The 1986 lenticular poster. And then we have the 1988 first trilogy release advertiser spinner for Star Wars.
That looks awesome. This was the copy I first watched when I watched Star Wars for the first time, was that release.
Yeah, the 1995 THX, that was when they first upgraded sound. It's lovingly called the Faces trilogy, and it displays really well. I can't wait until we have our trilogy case so that I can put a set in there, because it's such a minimalist poster, cover, artwork. It's just going to look amazing in the trilogy pack.
Well, on that, and then of course on that edition of it, there was special interviews, and I'll never forget the "Hello, I'm Leonard Maltin" every time.
You know what? And that's it right there. For me, when Star Wars plays, if I watch it, if the CBS Fox blue logo doesn't hit with the sound, it's not watching Star Wars, because that's how I grew up watching them. Later on, you know, I did have the 90s set, so I watched that. But you know what? Every version of Star Wars is special and unique. I think that all VHS, you know, I mean, they're worth something, and the value is intrinsic to your connection to that specific release.
I totally agree. Luke, thank you so much for spending some time with us here. Guys, check them out. Like I said, VHSDNA. Get those things protected, and they also have swag. So check out their swag as well. I'm sure y'all have that on your website, right?
We do.
There you go. Thank you so much for being with us. That's it for right now. Thank you so much for tuning in. Like and subscribe to us on social media. Follow us on Instagram, all that good stuff. And find this video on rebelscum.com. We'll see you guys later. We'll see you another time. And may the Force be with all of you.